Have you ever felt like a fraud, even though you may be considered a success in your career or personal life? Apparently, a lot of people feel this way. It is referred to as imposter syndrome. And we're joined by our good friend, Dr. Cindy Waller, online. She has lots of experience in leadership assistance, human behavior. She knows what she's talking about. Dr. Waller, thank you for joining us.
Thank you both for having me again. Always a pleasure.
Let's start with a definition because already on our Royal Banks of Missouri text line, we have a question. How do you distinguish between imposter syndrome and humility?
Love that question. So imposter syndrome is exactly what you just said at the beginning of your show. It's when we do feel like a fraud, we doubt our abilities, and we feel like we're a fake. We duped others, we're not deserving, and that we're going to get found out.
You know, Doctor, it's one of those situations that it feels a lot like the dream, the universal dream that we all have, that we've graduated college sometimes years and years or decades ago, but we still have the dream that we have cut class, we missed a final exam. It kind of feels like one of those human experiences, doesn't it?
Absolutely. We feel like we're going to get caught. And so you're right. There is a essence of humility that we must have to allow us to be humble. But also the important thing is that whatever our achievements are, you want to be able to internalize them. And so it isn't due to luck or right place, right time, or that somebody felt sorry for us, but that we put in our effort, hard work. And yeah, if you skipped a class or you failed an exam or you stood outside the principal's office, so what? That's a human event, and we can still be a success despite that.
Dr. Waller, people may intellectually know this, but still suffer from it. Any tips for dealing with imposter syndrome?
Absolutely. So first off, let's just talk about for a minute where it comes from. And of course, we need to look at our parents and how we were raised. So two possible parenting styles. One is when parents suggest that we are superstars, that we're superheroes, that we're a genius, and we're going to solve world hunger or world peace. And it basically tells us we can't fail. So that's a lot of pressure. Or you might have parents who, in fact, want you to be perfect. And when you come home, you've had that class test or your college exam, and you only got, according to them, 8 out of 10 or 80%. And they suggest to you that you're not perfect. And so it's a lose-lose scenario. In terms of tips, there are a lot of tips. First off, 70% of the population at any given time will experience imposter syndrome. So you're not alone. It's not your thing. It's a thing. And you need to reframe reward and recognition. And so it's not due to external reasons. It's because you are talented or you're bright or you're kind or you're nice. And the second thing is you need to stop comparing yourself to others. We need to be able to say that it's okay to fail. And I would recommend you keep a scorecard. So keep tangible, measurable achievements of when you've been successful and own these wins.
And, you know, Dr. Cindy, when you talk about comparison and comparing ourselves to others, that is something that we see and we worry so much about when it comes to social media and young people, isn't it? And what kind of complications does that present for a person's emotional development down the road?
Absolutely, because we are always bombarded, and as you say, through social media channels of individuals who are more attractive, who are brighter, who have more in some way. And then when we have that reference point, then we feel less than, rather than accepting who we are, seeing that we have talents, and recognizing that we have family, friends, colleagues who do like us, love us. And so it is about when good is good enough.
And Dr. Waller, although it may be a surprise to the rest of us, I am sure in your line of work, you have seen top executives who are dealing with imposter syndrome?
All the time. And they feel they are, to your point, going to get discovered, uncovered. Even Neil Armstrong said, I just went where they sent me. Other people did amazing things. They made stuff. So whether you're a celebrity, whether you're a senior executive, absolutely, despite these achievements or accolades, And sometimes executives will say to me, I'm on a new project. I'm not sure I'm going to succeed. And I'll say to them, well, did you become unsmart? So you're smart before. And even though this is a new project, there are a set of skills that you're taking with you, whether it's your interpersonal skills, your communication skills, your cognitive reasoning. And yes, you have to master something new, but it's not totally new. So it's recognizing that in ourselves, that we bring the talent across situations and across various meetings and team groups.
Can we overthink, or can we think ourselves into analysis paralysis, Dr. Waller? Because sometimes if you let the "I'm a fraud" creep in good enough and take hold, then you're really going to have some issues, aren't you?
Well, you're spot on, absolutely. Because then you're right. You're looking for perfection. You're looking for more data points, and you are then stalled, or as you say, paralyzed, rather than moving on. And so it is about living in the gray. It is about taking risks. And so it is about saying, what is the worst that can happen if I move forward? I will learn something. Yes, I could fail. Or in fact, it may be satisfactory. My output may be satisfactory. And that's how we build up on those successes.
Dr. Cindy Waller, thank you so much for joining us. We just love chatting with you and look forward to chatting with you again.
Yes, we do. Just say
I love being here.
Say organization before we let you go.
Organization.
There you go.
How about process?
Process is perfect.
Oh, Canada.
Oot in a boat. Oot in a boat.
Is that what I sound like?
You sound wonderful. Thank you so much. Until next time.
You bet.
All right.